worship God tonight.
Yes. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
God, we love you tonight.
5 years.
We give you all the glory tonight.
Be slimmer than I am right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not slim, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, lastly, before I go on all these stuff things, lastly, I should be able to influence other people at some level, through what I do, through how I live my life and what I do. For example, I'm into music. I should be able to influence other people, and I would think especially younger people, as somebody who is also growing up and going through these stages. I should be able to influence others to do better than I ever did. Yes.
Would you ever make an album?
Yes, but then I should be having a number of albums out, so you should be listening to them. Yeah.
We should collab, guys. She has an amazing voice, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, for me, definitely, finishing my degree, obviously, and then getting internship. Those are like long-term goals, 5 years from now, type of thing. Getting internship and then doing masters, hopefully. And you know what? Sometimes I fear, saying all these goals. I know it's ironic that I'm saying fear while this YouTube channel is called Fearless, but sometimes we can have all these plans in our minds, but then the will of God is something else,
Exactly.
So definitely, if it's in the will of God, that's what I want. And also investing. I'm also very big on investments. One of the people that I look up to in terms of investments is my own parents, mom and dad. Shout out to you. And my brother Anthony and his wife. Their investment goals are just amazing. So yeah, definitely that's what I would do.
In terms of investment, they say a penny saved is still a penny at the end of the day. But if you invest it, it multiplies. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine, firstly, I have a lot. I'm very ambitious. And my head is always in the clouds about, I want to achieve a lot really fast. So, firstly, I'm already deep into my fitness. I want to be 200 pounds, which is about 90 kg. And that is, and also between 10 to 14% body fat, which would be like a six-pack, but still buff. Not a slim. Okay, anyway, next goal is I want to actually be fully financially free and have, in Namibian dollars, have over, I'm looking at between 5 and 9 million Namibian dollars.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
And
Guys, my cousin's gonna be a millionaire.
Yes, it's possible.
I want to also have opened my own fully functioning video and movie studio in Namibia, because there's no full studio. And at the same time, I always have had this, not always, but for the past few years, I've had the goal of opening or starting a type of mentorship program where every single, let's say 8 weeks or 3 months or whatever it may be, we get a new set of either less fortunate pre-teenagers or teenage boys usually, because I feel like there's a lot of groups for girls these days, but there's no proper mentorship for guys.
That's so true.
Yeah, and especially creatives, and then get them in the path towards achieving in the creative fields like arts, photography, filmmaking, music, poetry, everything like that. And then 5 years from now, I think I'd be considering a long-term relationship, but I can't I don't know. Maybe I would be okay, the time won't be right yet or whatever. I'll just be 25, so I'll still feel young. So even now I feel young. I don't feel like an adult, so I don't know. Then obviously I want to have bought my parents each cars and be looking to buying them houses. So that's where I'm at. Also to have gotten my small brother into an academy of football in Europe somewhere.
Shout out to you, Andile.
Shout out.
Hey. I also like one point you raised. Sorry, probably a bit off topic. But the one about, guys, and how there are so many organizations for women. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for supporting the women and children and all. But I feel like we're in a society where when it comes to men, not so much attention is paid. For example, we know about how women should be treated or how kids should be taken care of, but how about the guys? How about the men? How about the little boys? You know, I feel like we miss out a lot when it comes to how to live with men in society from when they're still young and they continue to grow. So those are some of the things I actually also want to study. If I will have to study about it, or I don't know, anything, because I also look at my little brother and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be that sister who just, you know, looks at him and be like, he's a man, you know, he'll grow, I just expect him to act like a man. No, I also want to be involved in his life, to understand him, to understand that, what is it called? To understand that concept of a man, concept of man.
I'm more passionate about this because I'm like, okay, all the, like 90% of the perpetrators of like long-lasting violent crimes are guys. For example, apparently, like statistically, women apparently assault their husbands more than men assault their wives. But when a man assaults his wife, chances are it's gonna be like a proper, like, okay, she's going to the hospital. Like when a woman beats her husband, it's like, okay, she hit him on the chest, it's cool. He's not gonna go to the hospital. So I think it's important that, because on average guys are physically stronger than women, or bigger, let me say, not like the average guy would be stronger, not all obviously, but I mean the average. It's important to teach guys not only how to treat women but how to understand themselves, because I feel like most violent crimes are to do with like lashing out. They're like,
and also
I'm
like just
stressed,
to add
you know.
on, sorry to cut you out, but it's also important that we understand the background of the people. Sometimes we don't know whether the person went through a certain void in their life growing up. You know, maybe they didn't have, people just abandoned them, or they probably just didn't grow up with certain parental figures in their lives. That's why they had that.
Even if you look at most people, I don't even want to make it like go deep, but I'll have to go deep. Most murderers or rapists, sucks to go deep, but I guess it's needed. They usually didn't have a father in their lives. Like I think it's 80% of them in America. There's barely any statistics in Africa, because I guess they don't take a lot, but 80% of the perpetrators of such crimes usually don't have, like, at all, like not their father visits, like they just don't know who their dad is at all. So I think it's important not to just have a dad, but let's say a pastor or a big brother or like a business mentor who can also teach you about like meditation or like control, or you know,
such things contribute to the bigger picture. I mean, for example, simple things is, let's say in Africa where when it comes to doing house chores, I'll give simple examples. They say, okay, that's the work women should do, right? That kind of trains our boys to grow up thinking, oh no, as a man, you know, when it comes to helping out in the house, that's not my work, it's for the woman. Okay, or that they can go out and spend as much time as they want at night anyway and come back whenever they feel like it. Those things will now contribute, because when now we are older and we talk about stuff like marriage, we are now expecting that same guy who was going out to spending nights outside to be a proper man. How does that work?
I actually, even to add on that, I think before, in like caveman times, where the guys would hunt and the women would like rather stay at home, like, I guess, I don't know if I wasn't really there, but I'm assuming that's how it was. That would have had its place where the guys go out and do their thing. But now that nobody's going out to hunt, it would make sense for a guy to be able to help in the house to do the things, because you can't be maintaining the same morals of the woman must stay in the house and do all the things if you're not going and doing every single thing that the guy used to go and do, for example. Obviously, I believe that a woman is more naturally able to take care of a baby, but that doesn't mean I can't take care of my kid. Like, I also want to take care of my kid. I want to be like, I don't know, play with my baby. I don't know. If I ever had decided to have kids, I actually want a son. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I want a son. But I don't know about like many kids or anything like that.
You know, that's really important. And also, we are living in a world where even women are working now as much as men are also working. In some instances, women are working more than men, or we're working the same. Or, for example, this feels like engineering and whatnot, they used to be considered to be for men, right?
Yeah.
Just for men. But now women are rising into those positions. So, I mean, just imagine a typical day where mom is coming from maybe 8 to 5 job. Dad also coming from his 8 to 5 job. They both were working. Probably the same job. And then they both come home and the man says, no, because you're the woman, take care of everything else. You know, I don't care how tired you are. Yeah, you can have it the way if you like, but I would say it would be nice to get some little help, you know. That kind of understanding is important.
I think there should be an understanding where both parties in the marriage or relationship do what they want, like they're comfortable doing. Because if the woman wants to get home early from work and cook, it is cool. But if the guy also wants to get home early and cook for his wife, it's cool because that's what they want to do. They shouldn't be like the exact set of, since you're the woman, you have to cook, and since I'm the man, I have to like sit and wait to be served. Like, you don't have to.
I asked this question before with you, Tavani, and I asked if in the future your wife financially earns more than you and you earn less, how would you feel about that?
I always answer more money is more money. If she earns 100K per year, I earn 10K per year for whatever reason. That's still 110K coming to our house. It doesn't matter about who earned it at the end of the day. We are going to use that money. There isn't time to be insecure about what. If your work is what proves your masculinity, then I feel like you have to do some proper inner work, because you should be a man, not do things that a man does. I feel like there's 3 levels. You can have things, you can do things, and then you can be something. So I believe B is the 3rd level. Like when you are a man, that's who you are, not by doing things or having the big car, whatever, proving that you are a man.
I actually believe that, you know, being able to live with having a woman who earns more than you, that's actually being a man, because we are used to men. I feel like we're used to men kind of letting their finances define them, or how much money they make to define how much of a man they are. That's not true. You actually being able to say, you know what, I don't care whether I earn less than her, as long as you two are happy with each other. At the end of the day, you spend that money together and enjoy your lives.
And even if the person doesn't have a job, and at least they're making an effort to be better, or just proving to you that they want to add value. You know,
I strongly believe, I'm sorry to cut.
It's okay.
I believe that a guy should, like personally, since I'm ambitious, I think a guy should be driven. If his cause doesn't happen to be like financially scalable, for example, if he becomes a teacher, it's not like teaching more kids will get you more money. You're just going to have a full class. You won't be able to get the same amount. But if you're driven and you're passionate about getting those kids like their education, then I think that's important. That's what for me is part of constituting a man. If that means he's not going to be financially compensated as well as other people who go into like more like engineering or STEM fields where they're like technology or whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The finance doesn't define the man, but I think it's the drive, the passion, the you know, the willingness to like go and get what he is in the world. Whether that's finance or like making a difference or or like building a cool family or you know
starting a movement.
And all of that.
So guys, we're gonna tie a knot on it. This is all that we had to share. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please give it a massive thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with other young people. Share it with your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces who are adults. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be part of the notification gang, Fearless Notification Gang. I see you guys. Love you guys. Shout out to everybody, and God bless you guys. Stay fearless.
The ancient of days.